Hello and welcome back to How About That Crypto. You are watching your daily crypto news and updates with your host, Bitcoin Stylist on Twitter and Bitcoin Hairstylist on Instagram. I'm here and I explain crypto and Web3 while keeping you up to date on all the latest. Today's news stories are investments of over $4 billion just flowed into the crypto space. That's right. Just because the price tanks doesn't mean this party's over. And the new Luna coins will be launched today. I have another Terra Luna update for you. Coins are coming. What does all this mean? Not to worry, I'll explain it all. But first, please, if you like the content or you don't like the content, please let me know by leaving a comment below. If you're listening on podcast, please give me a rating. 5 stars is preferable and follow me. If you're watching on YouTube, please smash that subscribe button, ring the bell. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Just to be clear and litigious, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You can use the links below to do your own research. All right. I hope you all have big plans for this weekend. I don't, but I'll be working on some things this weekend. I'm about to be away and have a bunch of things to get ready for. Oh, but I do have a poker game. Try to make some money for my trip. But anyways, that's not what we're here. I hope you're all doing okay now that the dust has settled a little on the recent crash. I also wonder how many of you break away from the market in times like this. You are called crypto's fair weather friends. You only like it when the price is going up. Now, let us recap. The world is in the toilet right now by many indicators: inflation, war, risk of a bigger war, supply chain issues from COVID and war, rates rising, recession fears. How can you actually expect anything less is going to happen? But Robert, what about Bitcoin supposed to be acting like an inflation hedge? Robert, you call it digital gold. Yeah, I still believe that. Think about it like this. How does a new technology find its price or value? Supply and demand, but that's a process. Bitcoin is still gold, in my opinion. It's truly finite. Unlike gold is not truly finite. Easier and more secure to handle and transact than gold. And it's so young. There are a lot of speculators. Remember, all these assets that we are familiar with, all the technologies and commodities, they have price because we've gone through a period of price discovery. Price will be volatile as speculators come in to figure out what that's going to look like, hold on, and then all of a sudden let go. This causes extreme volatility. If everyone simultaneously was fast forward into the future, say 5 years from now, I see Bitcoin sitting in treasuries of businesses, banks, and governments. I did so like that. How that's how it is going to become gold. We're not there yet. You know, did you know that the biggest issue, in my opinion, in crypto has to do mostly with the fact that the GAAP accounting standards do not allow publicly traded companies to hold Bitcoin as a capital asset, which means no banks are going to hold Bitcoin or crypto on their balance sheets. They're not going to do it. The only people are going to do it are going to be companies that believe in it, and they don't care that their balance sheet at the end of the year looks worse than it really is. And that's what happens with crypto. The SEC rejected MicroStrategy's accounting of Bitcoin price going down one quarter and then going up another quarter. They said, no, it's a goodwill, intangible asset. You cannot write the value up. You can only depreciate and write down the value. Until that changes, it just isn't going to be the same. It's not going to be like gold. Anyway, I did sell a bunch of coins, but not because I want to get out, but because I need to count the losses for tax season. Remember, I talked to you about the wash sale rule. If you take a big dive like you just did in crypto and you sell it, and you wait 30 plus a day, so say 31 days, on the 31st or 32nd day, ask your accountant, because I'm not an accountant, it's not tax or financial advice. However, this is what I do based on what I've learned. I'm going to wait 32 days to the 32nd day just because I'm too lazy to look up the rule. But you wait that long, and then at the end of the year, you can write it off. However, if you sell and then buy within that 30 days, it's as if you never sold. Okay. So if you want to add those losses to be counted, you have to sell and wait for 31 days and stand on the sidelines. But I did not sell any Bitcoin. I still buy Bitcoin and ETH every single day, 7 days a week, every single day. A little bit, but every single day. Over time, let's say a year or two, I should have smoothed out all that price volatility. Oh my gosh, it's 69,000. Oh my gosh, it's 28,000. How could you stand it? But if I bought when it hit 68 and I bought when it hit 28, it'd be the average of that, which would be what, 80, 96 divided by 2 is 48. It'd be 48,000. That's would be my price. And it would be not as bad as going from 69 to 28. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, I know that I'm trying to time the market, but I think we go lower before we go higher, or we grind here for a bit. Basically, I don't think we're going back up. And within that 31 days, I think it'll be end of summer earliest, but maybe even next spring or next fall. I mean, I called next fall in an early video, so I'm going to stick with that. It's going to be as early fall, late summer, or next year fall is my prediction. I also expect volatility at the next rate raise coming soon from the Federal Reserve. By dollar cost averaging with the price on a downward trajectory, I'm getting a better average price, DCA, or dollar cost averaging, all the way into the bull market, and then stop buying, start picking my sell spots. This is not day trading. This is just a long-term investing, but with a strategy to secure profits along the way and reduce risk by buying a little bit every day instead of buying all at once. So why and how am I excited about crypto still? Well, first of all, I believe in it. And I really believe in it when I hear news like this. You ready for this? Here we go. Okay, so if you're listening on podcast, you can use the links below or just follow along. I will read it all out to you. Author Alex Conrad reports for Forbes, a16z crypto's record new $4.5 billion fund doubles down on Web3 amid market crash. I'm just going to read a little bit something from here. I made sure to get it from Forbes. So you weren't like, oh, are you sure that's real? Okay. So amid market price collapse, one of crypto's most influential venture capital firms is loading up. Andreessen Horowitz crypto unit, known as a16z Crypto, announced on Wednesday that has raised $4.5 billion for its fourth fund. The firm plans to allocate $1.5 billion of the funds to make seed investments in Web3. So that's taking equity in the company, and $3 billion to make more traditional startup investments. So that's interesting. More traditional startup investments. I'm very curious to know what that means, but it's all, don't worry, it's all in crypto. The fund, the largest individual crypto fund raised in venture capital so far, brings its total funds raised to more than 7.6 billion. Okay, if they just raised 4.5 billion, but they've only raised a total of 7.6, that means right in the midst of a massive collapse, they're raising more money than they've ever raised before. If you understand it differently, please leave a comment below. Its close confirms a January report from the Financial Times that accurately described the firm's fund size and plans. Leading the fund, as expected, are partners Chris Dixon, Sriram Krishnan, Ariana Simpson, and Ali Yaya. All right. So let's see. That's yeah. And you know what? I did listen to one of my YouTubers that said that some of these will be for coins. So I wonder if that's what that 1.5 billion of funds make seed investments versus the other 3 billion to make more traditional startup investments. I wonder if that means, but don't worry. As this story develops, I will keep you updated. All right. So let's see. I read you those, and let me keep moving down. So Chris Dixon, as was mentioned earlier, is a partner at a16z and also was this year's #1 on the Midas list of top venture investors. Dixon says that they will stay the course despite the crypto bear market. And I would like to read something that this person said in an interview with Forbes earlier this year. Dixon called the next 3 years potentially the golden period of crypto. In a blog post published on Wednesday, he doubled down on that investment, proclaiming the current moment the golden era of Web3. Interesting. Let's see. Call the next 3 years statement proclaiming the current moment. So we're currently in a golden era of Web3. That's very interesting. The industry is out there saying that this crash is a reset meant to shake up fair weather startups and crush them. This way, the coins, projects, and companies still in the game in the next bull market should have better teams with better sustainability practices in business and finance because of this process. Really, it's to, get rid of the weak ones, the diamond hands, the fair weather friends, the people looking for a flash in the pan, and really just get down to figuring out who is going to be around into the future. Well, those are the people I want to invest in. Let me read you something from one of the venture partners. The cycles are part of the process. The cycles, as in the market cycles. The critical piece that matters is, where are the builders? And the builders are continuing to come into Web3 at greater numbers than ever. Watch the developers, watch the coders, watch the entrepreneurs, watch the investors. Investments keep flowing in despite price. So if you're scared about price, then it sucks to be you. And I'm sorry. If you lost a bunch of money on this Terra Luna market crash, that super sucks. And I would like to know why you were so heavily invested. I'm curious. I don't know. Like I have a somebody I work with. He doesn't own any Bitcoin. He only owns the super high risk ones because he said the upside for Bitcoin is enough. I don't know. What do you think? What do you do? How do you balance your portfolio? I try to have 30% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, and now I'm going to 30% cash and 10% USDC earning yield, locked in the yield, like I told you, and then the rest in the high risk stuff. So it's 10%, although that's not where I was before. Just being honest. Okay, so let's keep moving on. So let's wrap this up with the Terra Luna update. Today was the launch of the new Luna coin. I got an email from Uphold, so that's what this document is. I just put it in a document. It says, "Hi, Robert. Following ratification of Proposal 1623, confirming the transition from Terra Classic to Terra Uphold will be taking the following steps." So just to like refresh you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, which I'd be very surprised if you didn't, the Terra Luna market collapse happened. And let me just see. Yeah, okay. So there's an algorithmic stable coin partially backed by crypto. That means that there's a coin that said each coin is worth $1. And it's supposed to stay that way. It doesn't go up, doesn't go down. It's based on an algorithm. There's some weird mechanism with the Luna coin. So the Luna coin and this UST coin, they have a relationship. What happens? You can like impact one by doing something to the other, blah, blah. Well, they got caught in the death spiral and it all went kaput. It all imploded. Long story short. And that was a big part of pulling down the market, because in the midst of it all, they sold 80,000 Bitcoin. Some of their reserves backing those dollars really messed with the markets. Now they did announce that they're going to be starting over. Hey, let's do a do-over. Let's get rid of that algorithmic stablecoin BS. And let's just like restart the Luna ecosystem, because there are tons of applications being built on Luna. People loved it. It had a great ecosystem, a great community. So that's what they did. They did a redo, and we're in the midst of the redo. And yesterday was a snapshot, meaning they looked at all the people's coins and said, okay, you have this much coin, so we're going to give you this much of the new Luna. So the old Luna is going to become Luna Classic, and the new Luna and the new Luna will become just Luna. It's as if it never happened. It's kind of cool. And I'm wondering if anybody's going to jump in, if people are going to not trust the founder. I don't know why. I mean, the fact that they pulled this together and pulled this off. I mean, it was always an experiment, that algorithmic stablecoin, and the industry is pretty confident that they were attacked by traditional finance, like a hedge fund or a market maker, Citadel, and that's what is going around right now. So I don't know, but let me just explain what's going on. So Proposal 1623, I think it passed with a 65% vote. At least that's what I reported on yesterday, and that's the latest information I have. Any staked Luna will be unstaked and credited to users' wallets. Luna will be renamed Luna Classic, or Luna C, or LUNC. That's the new ticker. That'll stop trading on Uphold platform today, May 26th. This is yesterday, approximately 5 minutes before the second of two snapshots. So you know what the part that pisses me off is that they're saying 5 minutes before the snapshot is taken to determine how many, but they're going to stop trading. It's not like they're going to do the snapshot and then still allow you to trade. I guess they don't want you selling it after the snapshot, I guess. But like, what are you supposed to do with all your Luna C coins? If you can't sell them, then you can't get the write-off for the losses. Bullshit. Anyway, so The future of LUNC is uncertain. Mostly likely Luna Classic and UST will just live in the ether, huh? We intend to distribute 100% of any Luna related airdrops received pro rata to our customers. A significant portion of any Luna airdrop will carry extended vesting periods of 2 to 4 years. We'd like to tell you more, but okay, well, I got more information, so I'm going to jump over here. I found this is amazing. Okay, so this is on medium.com, and so here you go. The Luna airdrop, the amount of Luna you will be eligible to receive will be determined by the types of tokens you held on the Terra Classic chain. The time period that you held these tokens based on pre-attack and post-attack snapshots. So there's a snapshot on May 7th for a pre-attack. I sure hope they saw how much Luna I had, because I sold like 700 Luna because I tried to buy in and catch the falling knife like I told you yesterday. Well, shoot. I think I'm getting screwed. I sold 700 Luna and then I didn't buy them back. I don't know why I didn't do that. But anyway, oh well. I guess I'm curious to know about this Luna coin, so I'm definitely getting in on it because it's early and it's a bear market. So I feel like the likelihood is if it's any good, then the next bull run, it'll definitely be higher than where it's coming out at in the midst of this bear market. So right now I'm just looking for good buys personally, and I feel like this is going to be a good one. Plus I want to get some money from these people, like everyone else is getting paid. So you can see here the pre-attack, you know, if you had a bunch of Luna, if you had less than 10,000 Luna, you're going to get 30% on day one and 70% will be vested over 2 years with a 6-month cliff. Interesting. I'm not really sure what that means, but less than 1 million, but more than 10,000, then it's even longer period of time. So basically what they're doing is they're making the whales wait. So like if you had a ton of money invested, then you're still going to be invested just for the long term. So I think that's interesting. I'd be curious to see what these are coming in as, what they start trading on day one. I'm sure it'll pop and then drop. Is people probably try to sell all their Luna coins to make up for their losses because they lost complete faith in the Luna team. But I don't know. I feel like this is kind of promising. I mean, they pivoted on a dime and they reset. They're trying to make everyone whole. What do you think? What do you think? I feel like this is good stuff. I like this. I want in on this, and I want to speculate that they're going to do well. I mean, if it wasn't for that stupid algorithmic stablecoin, which was a great idea, by the way, I loved it, but unfortunately it didn't work. Okay, so here we go. This is the other part that is annoying. So centralized exchanges. So if you have your money on a centralized exchange, not all exchanges are going to be working with Luna to give you your tokens. So this is another reason to hold your own keys and have your money in a wallet like MetaMask or let's see. So centralized exchanges. We'll see MetaMask down here anywhere. Huh. Let's see. Allocated pools. Anyway, so this is just a list of things. I'll leave these in the comments below. You can see if you're, but none of the centralized exchanges that I use are on this list. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting screwed. Gemini is on here, Coinbase, Voyager, none of the ones I use. So anyway, not everybody's going to get their Luna tokens. Looks like I might be getting screwed out of my Luna tokens. So I will just have to go and buy them. What do you think about this? Do you like this? Do you think this is a good opportunity? Where are your coins? Are you getting screwed out of the airdrop as well? Please let me know. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you have a great weekend. I hope this didn't go on too long. I kind of started talking a little too much about my own opinions. But the most important part of this whole thing is $4.5 billion just entered into crypto. That's massive. That's a big bullish sign. So thank goodness for that. And let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Give me a rating. 5 stars preferable. And I'd love to hear from you. So anyway, have a great weekend. Huddle on.